we've made the commitment to be at the Spa Castle on all of the equinoxes and solstices. And so we're inviting you. Do you want to come with us? Friday, September 22nd, to the Spa Castle for a day-long deluge in deliciousness. I just decided to keep the D's. Keep the D's, baby. It's a Friday, so you have to take off of work. I work for myself, so I'm giving myself permission to take off. We want you all to come out with us and share with us the fall equinox and what that means. I love this book. It's so weird.
It is weird.
Yeah, talk about it.
So I love weird. You saw it a lot when you first talked about the book, and and you read the back of it, and I was like, oh shit, this is so different. And being someone who loves weird, for me to say that this is weird, I mean, it's just not like any other book. And what I will say, because it's hard to really explain in a short way about its weirdness, she's very upfront about that this is not going to be a book that is like, you
read the chapters and
you know instructions about. She's just gonna come up with stuff while you're reading. I mean, there is a theme. There is a there are things that come up. There are things that come up, like, let's say the word anus comes to mind a lot. When I say themes, I mean her writing. There are things that come up a lot where she's just like, open yourself, your root chakra and your throat chakra, and make sounds that allow your voice to be heard and open. Like, there are things that come up regularly. It just doesn't come up like in a regular book.
I think for me the theme is femininity and redefining femininity in a really like, I hate every word I use to describe it, but like in a really like raw, like primal, like in a real earthy, all of those words, earthy, primal, raw, darn.
See, this is why I said, because I'm reading it and I'm just like, yo, there's some things in here I want to be like, oh, I want to share this with my mom, but I don't know. Just copy little packages and just send her that, because I mean,
it's so funny because I was talking to my girlfriend who has her new daughter. She has two other daughters, but her baby daughter is a month, 2 months, 3 months old at the most. And she was joking about, she was saying to her middle daughter, oh, what's the song that we teach Ame'ye to dance to? And her middle daughter was like, twerk, 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 twerk. And so I got the baby up and she's like, yeah, we're trying to get her to twerk. Trying to get her to whine. And I said, inside, I was like, yes. Where other people would be like, she don't need to learn that. I'm like, she's a girl.
Right.
She needs to learn how to move her body and that everything isn't sensual.
And she does not know what you guys know.
Exactly.
She ain't thinking like, oh yeah,
I'm about to have sex. She is learning how to open up her hips and whine her and be in flow with nature, and just like that's what I was thinking about. Like, when do we get to own our bodies? Because even at 3 months old, you can't have like your body.
Right.
You saw the video with the little boy dancing to
because I sent you
Rihanna.
2 girls.
Yes,
2 girls.
yes. And my little boy is dancing to Rihanna, and then he gets out the car and his father's like, where you going? He's like, I need room. And I'm like,
get busy.
Joy. You're like, joy, music. And I think what this book does is it's joyous in a perfectly divine way because it's dark. And we represent darkness with fear and scare and pain and the unknown. And like when you think about the yin and the yang, when you think about light and dark, the highest level of masculinity is fall. Is summer. Sun, summer, bright. The highest level of femininity is winter. Dark, internal shit is like.
I remember looking at your notes and you talked about the invocation of the dark goddess. And to me, other than her actually talking about that, I don't find any of it dark in that way that we
I'm not talking about dark in that way.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying it engages in femininity in a dark. I'm saying
I got it.
We hear dark.
I still hear dark, and
we're like,
right.
And I'm saying that this book, we use the term weird, but I think it's the invocation of the dark goddess. It is the invocation, it is the experience of what we're not used to experiencing.
Right. I told you when I first started reading it, I was just like, this is like a part of me being affirmed that I always like. It came natural to me, but I've learned how to like curb it because I can't be like this in regular people.
Yeah.
So to read it, it's just like, oh shit, she's just like, hey, like, let it be, that part is not something that you should deny, and that is weird for me.
Yeah. I think that is the dark femininity. So like when you said anus, I instantly thought about how you give birth in indigenous, you squat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? I think about how many places around the country, if you're going to use the bathroom, you squat. Right? I think about yoga when you have to squat, and just this idea of that energy and being down low and like pushing out. I even think about, sorry, TMI, like when you're on your cycle, how much you got to use the bathroom.
Right.
I didn't know it was a thing. I thought it was just me, but I was reading some stuff. It's a thing. And a lot of people, when they bleeding, you got the poopy bleed.
Right.
I was like, oh, see, we don't never talk to each other to know these things, that we're all going through the poopy bleed.
I see what you mean. I see. Well, we don't talk about those things.
We don't talk, and that's what she talks about.
Right.
So in the beginning, page 15, she has the definition of femininity. And I love this part. Everyone born into modern culture learns how to be masculine from birth. Just like we learn how to be white from birth.
Right.
Now we remember what it's like to be feminine and emerge, not fragmented or incomplete, but as whole beings, ebbing and flowing, waxing and waning, sashaying inside of greater harmony and collective nourishment. Femininity is courageous act, essentially the courage to receive, feeling worthy of receiving, whether from humanity or the cosmic collective. Femininity is the divine yield, the ability to navigate harmony and ease wherever you are in your life, realizing that harmony is only an external manifestation of what is taking place inside your body temple. Femininity is tender power, the capacity to tap into ancient practices in order to love better, relate better, heal, and evolve. Femininity is possibility, the ability to command life to be whatever it is that you desire for it to be, because you are armed with all sorts of simple, capitalized, simple, magical tools and divine application to command life. How a person's move and operates in their feminine archetype looks differently for everyone, and thankfully so, as all expressions of femininity are necessary and essential to provide balance for the whole. What stood out to me, and what is in direct conflict with everything that we're taught, is that femininity is to receive.
It's to receive. That's what stood out to me in that whole thing. That I'm just like, we are born learning how to be male. Every one of us. Every one of us.
And to be male
means
give.
To be out, to go in,
that
to
penis
to
goes
take
out,
enter, to
conquer,
to be like
to demand,
summer all the time.
To be the summer all the time.
That's all I know. When we first were learning about how, winter, and like you said, we're just like, winter time is summer. I like to go in. I don't want to go anywhere during the winter time. I just want to stay inside.
Summer is better.
But there's no balance in that when it's like everybody has to be conditioned to be that way all the time, because I do know that I am not conditioned to be fully feminine, to be receptive
And and have always been more receptive to receiving than I was. Hello? Do you remember half of our conversations? Remember when we used to have conversations at, what is it, Set Petty,
yeah.
Whatever?
Yeah.
And talking, you've always been like, oh, no, I'm good, you know. When I'm talking about male-female relationships.
Yes. Because, and you know what that, and you know what that, to me, that's about my relationship with my dad.
Oh, okay.
Because I just was kind of, I've always felt like, yes, thank you. Like, yes, of course you're going to pay for everything. Yes, of course. This is for me. Yes. But, thank you. But there's yes, thank you very much. I deserve this, of course. Because of my dad. But there's a bunch of other parts of my life.
Yes. Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Where I'm just like any other woman, just kind of like,
I remember,
I'm blind and I'm supposed to be doing this, or I'm supposed to, and I think it has to do with me being in my head a lot.
Well, we
too.
know that.
You know, being very much like in the thoughts, because I'm not, and I have been doing a lot of work to be more connected to my heart and find the things that connect me to my heart, which is very feminine. And I think the head is very masculine. And that's where I have been very masculine, where I am challenged to be more like trusting in not always having to control or think or hold on to or figure shit out in my head.
I agree with you, but I don't know if the head is masculine as much as the head is white supremacist. Because I'm just going back to like a real definition of masculinity.
Okay.
And we're so fucked up, like thinking about Styles P and J, we're so fucked up that we have a definition of masculinity that does not serve men. A definition of masculinity that only has them here and never has them here or here.
Right.
I
You're
think
saying it's not the true definition of masculinity.
I don't think that it is. I think that white men made up logic. I'm not saying that logic isn't real. I'm not saying that logic isn't real.
Right.
But I could almost feel like logic comes from a mixture of intuition and you know, cognitive abilities. Like, men use intuition too. It's called following their gut or instinctual, right? And so I think that logic is both. I think Styles P said it and someone else said it. Like, I make a decision that I confer with my woman, my wife, the person, because she's using different tools together.
Right.
We know what it is to move forward.
Right. And it makes
Soul Sister series, in pursuit of a pleasure-filled life, though shit keeps on happening.
I believe that men just love to serve us. There's lots of times when there's times when I'm with Bae and I'll tell him thank you for something. He'll be like, why are you thanking me? I'm like, I'm just, because he'll be like, no, like, I'm gonna, like, that's what I do. Like, you don't thank me for that. Like, I'm